Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new, welcome to the family, okay? There's a little bit of glare, but it's a beautiful, beautiful light coming in. So grab your tea, grab your tree, grab your drink, do whatever you need to do here. Let's clear you off, because I'm gonna just dig right in, okay, and see what we're tapping into. Remember guys, to use your discernment, okay? It may not resonate with you. It may resonate with somebody around you. It may be information to help somebody else, okay? So always take it as it resonates. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm only here to deliver the message to those who are willing to hear it. Okay? So, Spirit Guide Ancestors, Oracles of the Highest White Light, please give me a guided, clear, precise channel message of what my collective needs to know, hear, feel, and see for today. What are we tapping into? Alright, so there's a little bit of blockages. We're having a little bit of blockages. Let's see. I can feel a lot of blockages, honestly. I'm not going to lie, okay? The Justice is here, though. Oh, the glare is so bad. You can't really see the card. Justice. Okay, we're going to put this straight at the top. So Justice is the basic of the reading. It's the overall energy, okay? It's Major Arcana, talking about... Okay, we have a Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, there could be a very judgmental person, very narcissistic in your energy, trying to get up on you. Okay, the download that I had today, before all the nonsense, everything, was basically you can't compare where you don't compete, okay? Or you can't compete where you don't compare kind of energy, okay? There's a lot of narcissistic injustice kind of energies that are wanting to come in, okay, and cross this so that the justice doesn't prevail. My download here says, I will break every box they try to put me in. Finding peaceful self-resolutions. This is what it's about, guys. And unfortunately, I had a conversation. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name drop, but I had a conversation with a very prestigious educator when it comes to trying to help the youth to really tap in. And during this conversation, we expressed the fact that there isn't very many adults willing to do the work so that they can help the children, so the children are really suffering. And the fact that the helpers, the healers, such as myself, don't get the support that we need. Like today I had posted a post, you know, because it would be nice, you know, just to have that energetic energy to have a coexistence with would be so nice. However, it is the fact that, like Geraldine tells me, well, that it's a lonely road sometimes. So we do, you know, learn to feed ourselves, and this is how we're able to help others. But like the conversation I had with this youth worker, we express the fact that, you know, the healers don't get the help, such as myself, like I was saying, you know, we're not allowed to show our vulnerabilities. And we don't get the same support, which is true. It is really unfortunate that we're diamonds in the sky, so far away from each other, you know, and that there's so much manipulation and jealousy and envy and stuff like that for people who are of the justice, who are of healing, and who are bringing balance to this dark energies. We're not exactly getting the same as we're putting out, which is fine because of the fact that we do feed ourselves, but it's not fair. I'm gonna be honest. This is why this is here, and this is why I went on this whole rant, okay? Because this is the download I'm getting with this, just the 2 cards, just alone, okay? We need to really start nurturing ourselves, and then we can really nurture others, and we can shine our light authentically. No matter what, even the healers need help, guys. Even the healers need love and need compassion and understanding. Like, what kind of world is this? Like, we have to understand this and we have to give space. I'm personally going through a really rough emotional time. You know, I put on I'm very strong, yes. I am very strong. But that's only because I have me. I'm always going to be okay. But some people don't have that. And just because I'm a healer and I can heal myself doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be by myself and isolated, especially in a time when I do need people, even though there isn't people around. I'm allowed to be vulnerable and show my vulnerabilities. I'm human. We are all human and we all have, you know, and are allowed to be loved and have compassion and not feel like criticized because of these vibrations that clearly can't cope with themselves. So they're very jealous, they're very selfish, and selfish energies will never understand why we give, because we give because it's we know we get it back. You know, it's about really spreading the love, the joy, the compassion, you know, and we get it back. We love to give because we give to ourselves. This is why we treat people so well, because we treat ourselves so well. Now, a lot of people don't understand that, and they think that it's, I don't know, but that's their problem. It's a very narcissistic energy of only just to think of yourself. We have to think of the bigger thing. This is why I'm content and always happy in spite of the bullshit and the chaos around me. I know I have a choice. I choose yes or no, and I have responsibility for both choices. It's the Three of Wands. Now, somebody is not waiting on this energy anymore and is really going forward, and I commend you, because the justice is always going to prevail, especially when it comes down to frequency and energy. This is why my block list is so high, because I don't have the time or patience to even just like bother with other people, especially if I know that it's you're on the fence and I can't trust that you're gonna be straightforward with me. Like, healthy criticism is good, you know, and we need it. But there's a difference between really like projecting darkness, or, you know, expecting so much. You know, like people expect because I'm a healer that I'm just supposed to be okay with being by myself. Like, I'm allowed to say it. It sucks sometimes. It would be nice, but I have to pick and choose my battles wisely because of who I am. So I take full responsibility for being alone, because nobody is at my same frequency, so I'm not going to waste my time. The Empress in reverse. Okay? Now, the Empress in reverse is like that inability to take care of yourself. Okay? Now, this is it. We need to take care of ourselves. It doesn't matter what's going on in the external world or what people think of you or their, you know, energies. It's about the love internally. So then this way we can share that love. You know, we can take people, you know, out to get a coffee, or, you know, I've done this so many times. Just called somebody because I knew that they needed somebody to talk to. This is what we do. And not expecting anything in return, because we know inevitably the universe is going to give it to us somewhere else. This is how we stay content, grounded, and stable in who we are. That's how we're able to really birth things, have things flourish, have the people around us really start being of value, because you are of value. But there's so many people who have this very lack mentality, so then they try to project this energy onto you. Male or female, it doesn't matter, okay? And we have to remember that when we're in the masculine energy as a female, me, for instance, I'm a lot of the times in the masculine energy, so I have a hard time to receive, okay? This is kind of that energy, okay? But it's the opposite. It's of the energy of not being able to take care of oneself or those around you. It's that very selfish energy of give, 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 give me. This is what we have to give ourselves. But when we're feeling of, where we can't cope, or we want to feel a little bit more understood, it is okay to verbalize the fact that it would be nice. You're allowed, you're human. It's people like this who want to project their dark energies and say you're not allowed to speak up for yourself. You're not allowed to express the fact that we all need healing, we all need love. These are the kind of energies who want to keep you trapped and binded or in isolation or feel like you're not good enough for things. It's because they have this energy internally, and this is why we have to teach. We have to go about believing in each other so then we can really put down the narcissistic energies and the fighting and the bickering 11-11 and be the mirror to each other so that we can get out of this energy, understanding that there's no competition, because that just keeps you binded in a mental entrapment. And this is why I don't play no games. My block list is so high because I don't want to see it. I don't want to associate with it. It's not my business. So I would just out of sight, out of mind. It's easier that way for me because I have a big heart and I do care. And that's what Spirit says. It's easier this way for me to be by myself. But I'm not trapped up in my head. It's a choice. It's the people who are in the low vibrations who can't get the message through, who don't get spiritual connections and understand that, I am in this world but not of it, but I am still human having human experiences, which means I'm allowed to feel. I'm allowed to have good and bad days. I'm allowed to be dark and light. This is humanity. This is being human, guys. It's the people who are in mental entrapments, who are in the prison of the mind, who don't understand the balance of equilibrium, who will never get the messages through and will constantly care about the third parties and what everybody else is doing when it's really not your fucking business. It's really not. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing okay, okay? That's why the justice came right out, because the justice is gonna prevail. Show me. Now you have somebody very much up in your head. It came back out, guys. You have somebody in your head, okay? And they can't get a message through even if they have a lot of love. There's a cup overflowing, like they see this agape energy, this love. They can't because of an inability to balance out the energies, okay? There's a lot of overindulging I'm feeling. And this is what needs to be put to death. This is why somebody is in mental entrapment. A lot of people are, okay? I can speak for myself. When it comes to the 3D world, what puts me in like a lower vibrational, little bit of a depressed kind of phase is the fact that, I have a hard time to give my children the things that normal parents would because of the fact that I don't have family allowance. So if I just had that little bit of help, I would have the same playing field as everybody else. But because I don't have that, I'm not in the same playing field as the other parents. So it puts me in a little bit of a, but this is my issue. Okay? My issue. But a lot of people are dwelling on these third parties of what other people are doing. Okay? Now, the reason maybe why I said the whole healing person not getting enough, me and him talked about was the fact that social services will not give me the resources or the help or the financial support or any of this because of the fact of what I do. 1441. Okay, I'm going to write these down. So we had 1111 and 1441. And I'll put all the description at the bottom, okay? is because I have my cup overflowing. So they say that I don't need the resources. This is what I mean. So because I'm mentally stable and I'm emotionally balanced, that means that it's okay to be struggling financially. That doesn't make any sense. And this is what we need to put to death, the comparisons. There is no comparison, guys. Just because I'm able to help, just like social services is, does not mean that I have all kinds of money. And, you know, a lot of my services I give for free because of the fact that I know I'm going to get it somewhere else. So I really never really struggle. You know, I don't. And I guess that's why people say that I'm going to be okay and whatever, because Spirit protects me. My ancestors protect me. Ra protects me because I know my heart and I give. There's so much imbalance in the energies, in the collective, around everybody. It's causing a lot of people to feel like they need to put to death and transform energies. Learn to be the alchemist, guys. This is why I put my channel out, so I could teach you guys how to do this, how we can get out of the energy of the lower vibrationals, that we can clearly fill our own cup. Because there's a blockage. Like I said right at the beginning of the reading, when I was shuffling the deck, I love my ancestors and I am really good at this. The world in reverse. There's a cycle, incompletion, okay? There's some kind of blockage, like I fucking just said. Oh, my ancestors are so good to me. And it's causing somebody to feel, like I just said, wow, okay, the King of Pentacles in reverse is feeling like they don't have enough financially. It's funny, because I just explained this whole thing. So somebody, one of you, or somebody around you is also feeling this way, okay? But it's only because of a lack of self-love, or people around them thinking that, saying or acting or projecting that they're not good enough. There's no love, okay? And this is why we have to feel our own love, our own self-love, because it's the foundation, okay, that you're around, the people that you're around. This is why I choose not to have a lot of people around me. Actually, I choose not to have anybody around me, really, because I know that the morals and integrity is just not there. And I know that's why a lot of people aren't getting the messages or the downloads. They're not using their intuition. They're not going forward. This is why things are being blocked, is because of the lack of self-love. And this is why I know that things will always work out. You know, it's been 5 years, so when I get it, it's gonna be bang for me and my children. So I'm not even really worried about it at the end of the day, because like I said, Spirit always has me. And I just learn when, you know, what's right and what's wrong, and I know the consequences for both. And I have to take responsibility for both. Like, yo, as light as I am is as dark as I am, and I take full responsibility for that. That's why I'm the Earth Angel. But somebody is very imbalanced because they don't know that, and they're overindulging in their energies because they can't balance it out. And this is what needs to be put to death in order to really see where this lack of celebration, lack of foundation is, you know. We really have to give it to faith, give it to the ancestors to really, you know, it's like that exercise there when you're like, you know, you got to close your eyes and hope that the people behind you catch you. Unfortunately, the physical people really are not going to catch you, especially if you're a healer like myself, okay? This is the whole energy that I'm picking up on, and this is why I told the story, because we have to learn to feed ourselves, right? We're allowed to speak. We're allowed to say how we feel. People are always going to put their 2 cents in, but then that's exactly what gives us the opportunity to take it or leave it. You know, we read energies. We don't need it if we don't need it. It is what it is. We don't play no games. We don't give no fucks, because we know there's imbalance of them. You know what I mean? and there's the incompletion. This is why people dwell too much on third parties, and you know, the more people you hang out with, look, oh, you have this Queen of Pentacles right next to the King of Pentacles here. Okay, the King of Pentacles is in reverse, so somebody feels like they don't have enough, but this is what I need to make everybody understand. Okay, it's not about material wealth, it's about the wealth of the ancestors, the wealth of heart. Okay, having some value to self, because if you have value to self, you will never go without. This is what I need you to understand. But if you step on somebody as a stepping stool to get what you want, believe me, this is what's going to happen. And you're going to feel like you don't have enough and you have to rely on other people. But that's only because of the projections that you've been around in your environments, or you've seen in your family, or the fact that you have walked away from something that was very stable because of somebody around you putting their 2 cents in, and you taking their opinions too hard instead of using your own intuition and going forward about this Queen of Pentacles. Somebody who is very self-sufficient, the mother, who clearly gives love to self, who teaches self-love. Now this has somebody very much up in a mental entrapment, okay? And they need to start believing in self, that it's okay to express that, you know, we're going through something and it would be nice. However, we do take responsibility for the situation that's around us and say, well, we choose to be by ourselves. So do you see what I'm saying? It would be nice, but it's a choice. Because if you choose to just have you know, people around just because you're lonely, you're gonna end up getting yourself into a situation that later you're gonna have a hard time to get out of, or something. This is why you have to have those choices in front of you and choose wisely. But remember, there is no wrong choice, okay? If you're choosing to go through some karma or some lessons with some karmics, well, that's a lesson. It's just that, okay? If you're choosing karmics, it's because you need to learn a lesson. So learn the lesson, because the longer you're in that situation is because you're not learning the fucking lesson. 22. All right, so learn the lesson. Now, because somebody, this Queen of Pentacles, seeing that people were clearly imbalanced when it came to morals, and they were lying. They were lying on a Queen of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles was lying on a Queen of Pentacles, and this is why they're in a mental entrapment. Okay, people need to be careful, male or female, it doesn't matter, but this is just an energy. Like I said, I'm in my masculine energy a lot of the times, okay? This Queen of Pentacles in the upright is receptive, okay? And this is where we have to teach ourselves to be receptive. So to receive, instead of saying, no, I can get this. If somebody offers something, receive, say thank you. You know, this was something that I had a very, very, very hard time with. So when I go out and I go shopping and whatever, and somebody nice in front of me pays for my drink, instead of usually saying, no, it's okay, I'm good, I say thank you. I appreciate it. And instead of saying sorry and whatever, you know, I take responsibility and I change the negative that I usually want to say into something positive, because it is really about mindset, guys. There's too much lying when it comes to this King of Pentacles, this greed. And this is what people don't want to see, or don't want others to see. This is the masked part of people. And this is why they stay in very imbalanced, going against the status quo of what the ancestors want, and it's all fighting and bickering. This is why you shouldn't lie. You know, it's okay to be honest and say, listen, I'm having a day. You know, it would be nice. There's nothing wrong with that, because then you're just fighting with yourself if you're not honest with yourself. And if you're lying to others, you're lying to yourself, you're going to lie to others. All that is a constant cycle of a bunch of bullshit. So be honest. It's okay to be vulnerable. Even if you're a fucking healer, even if you're a teacher, even if you help people on a daily fucking basis. It's a choice. We choose to help who we want to help. But that's because we love on self. We give self what we're giving to others. It's a balance. We know balance. We have connection with source. We're grounded. We're stable. And we see this. We're the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? And we have a lot of love. Not just from ourselves, but from the ancestors to continuously keep going in spite of the disapproval, the fighting and bickering that people are in, because they do not have this idea of self-sufficiency. They do not have this idea of standing solo and of value. And this is what needs to be put to death, guys. This fighting internally first, because like I had said, the conversation is that adults do not want to do the work. So we're going to have to find another way to kind of get to the children so that they can learn these things, these values, these resources to connect with source, to connect with self, to really stand up for yourself. It's the Queen of Swords in the upright. The Queen of Swords in the upright is of legality. She's smart. She takes her heart with her, but she's always got this intellectual way of speaking, of articulating things. She's of high value, and she's the no-nonsense queen. So she allows people to come in. She's very open, very receptive, but at the same time, if it doesn't make sense and you can't make it make sense, then she cuts it off. It is what it is. She's very guided, very intelligent. Show me the last one, guys. You need to learn boundaries, okay? Learn some self-respect, learn boundaries, but at the same time, learn vulnerability. It's okay to be open and honest and be receptive as well. This is where the feminine energy comes in. I'm not always masculine, I'm allowed to be of my feminine. The Empress. Whatever's in the dark comes to light. Okay? Whatever's in the dark comes to light. Now this new moon that's coming up. The solar eclipse is on the 25th, okay? And the new moon is on the 26th. It's big energy. Big energy to really let go of any kind of codependencies or toxicities that you've been holding on to really transform. At the same time, in order to transform, we need to show our weaknesses. We need to go through the dark night of the soul or experience to ascend. So it's okay to be broken. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. This is the ascension, guys. 2737. Oh, sorry, 2733 on my clock. That's what allows you to let go of the burdens with the Ten of Swords, to stand in your feminine energy, to allow the ancestors to do their thing. And this is what the new moon does, especially the eclipse, and we're running into eclipse season, so it's like all the things that were in the dark are being eclipsed out, okay? So you're seeing people for really who they are and what they are. And this allows us, through the process, to really balance out the yin and the yang internally, okay? The masculine and the feminine, to be receptive, to be loving, to be kind, and to really teach the matriarchic system to our youth how to be loving even through the chaos, even through the nonsense and the disapproval, the abandonment and the betrayal. You still learn to heal it. Because at the heart of the deck, it's about the motherfucking Two of Cups. I can't make it up if I tried. It's about balancing out that masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang internally, the divine masculine, divine feminine, the light and the dark, and then externally getting it. But the only way you're really going to do that and get that is to really be receptive, to be honest. The Empress, she just sits and she attracts, okay? And she knows what's right and what's wrong and what's good for her and what's not. And that's why there's that Queen of Swords, just putting up the boundaries, just being protective of self. But at the same time, it's because you're nurturing. You have this beautiful cup of love, guys. So remember to protect yourself. But at the same time, what you give, you do get back. So don't expect it from that person. That's not how it goes. It's about being just, giving from the heart and not really caring about what everybody else is doing or saying. It's about going against the status quo and really, seeing that fucking cup, man. Some people, they see the cup, it's the Four of Cups. They see the cup of love there. They see it. Spirit's showing people this, you know. I'm telling you this. It's right there, but people are refusing. And they'd rather just play make believe with their parties. But that's a choice too, okay? That's what we heal. We understand that clearly, you know, everybody's got a choice and they're just blocked. And that's fine. But we all need love. We all do deserve love. Okay? Now this Empress is waiting because she's been in healing mode, okay? She's waiting to let go and hoping. I'm feeling like this energy this Empress is in is of hoping that people will heal and finally let go of this patriotic way of thinking. This Hierophant in reverse. It is really time to put it to death because it's so much imbalance, and this is what, you know, the Anunnaki want us to do, you know. It's time to start investing in things that are worthwhile and get out of this mental enslavement, okay? Get out of the purgatory and see the fucking self-love cup. See how valuable you are. See that, you know, there's beauty to life all around us. But you're choosing to be in a mental entrapment, or somebody around you is, and it's only because of some kind of dark energies, projections, manipulations. But it's not working, guys. At least it's not working for this Empress, because this Empress has the self-love cup. And when you have self-love, you see all the options, but you're not jaded by them. You're not an illusion or disillusioned. You are very, very receptive, and you understand. So you know that there's only one cup. That's the self-love cup, because you are the Queen of Cups. You are very loving, very receptive, very kind, very generous, but you're intuitive. And this is why you're able to sleep at night. And this is why a lot of people are in a mental entrapment, because they refuse to do the self-reflecting. They refuse to look at themselves, and this is why the judgment is in reverse. So it's bad karma. But this is not our fault, okay? It's about choices. We all have choices. People know exactly what they're doing. The world is in your hands, and everybody knows this. We're all diamonds in the motherfucking sky. Unfortunately, some of us shine really, really bright because you have to remember, diamonds were coals once. People overlooked us for a very, very long time. And you have to keep in mind that a healer has went through way, way, way more things than an average person in order to get the information that they have. And this is why we know the choices, and we have to take responsibility. Somebody knew what choice they were making to bring the injustice, and it was a King of Wands. He chose to do this with a family member or something, okay? But they really did celebrate. And now there's an immaturity or a lack of celebration. There's no love here. It was very, very toxic. And you're letting go of this codependency, this toxicity, this obsession, this binding energy from the past to move forward, to heal your heart from these third-party interferences, or, you know, the lack that people have of love. You're healing from this narcissistic energy. It's done. You know that people make the wrong choices, but you're getting a brand new message in, and you know people are spying and lying and manipulating, but that's on them. They're really pissed off about the situation that you're choosing to be in, because somebody is getting caught in their bullshit, okay? The lies are coming up, and there's no going back, because somebody did heal and is learning how to heal others through the trials and tribulations and all this pain. Getting wish fulfillment. And and victory internally or externally. It doesn't matter, but it's really about just giving and receiving, okay? And finding equilibrium. Now, somebody might have tried to breadcrumb you somewhere or is still trying to do this, but this is why we have to understand and give faith to the ancestors and really, let go and trust that the ancestors are gonna catch us, because yes, the physical world may not be able to catch us because they're assholes, but inevitably somebody will come along because the ancestors will put the right people in front of you. You just have to keep shining authentically and the right people will come. Also, the right people will leave, but it's about equilibrium, guys. Because you're you're the Queen of Wands. So you're magnetic, you're beautiful, but you're the warrior. So you're going to stand up for what's right. This Empress is all the queens in the upright. And all you see is all the queens in the upright. There's just the King of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse because of this greed and this narcissistic energy that people are in. This is the Ten of Pentacles, guys. There's no legacy when it comes to this. And this is why somebody is standing very, very strong as this Queen of Wands. Okay? To really get some kind of lover, a balanced equilibrium to come in, to balance out this energy. But this Emperor, with this Emperor, holy fuck. The Empress and the Emperor, okay? You have a lover here, okay? To balance you out, to bring a lot of sun and joy, and to help to protect you. But because of this, it's bringing a lot of burdens to somebody because they're finally out of this mentality and they refuse to really let the tower fall, and now they're in this poverty mindset or poverty in general. But there's healing here. For these people who choose the darkness, this person who is in the lower vibrational energy, who's clearly not using their intuition and doing some stupid shit, sees somebody as a star, as a healer, and chose to be excuse me, my spiritual burps, chose to be like very promiscuous, very much a flighty person. Somebody from your past, okay, they really missed out an opportunity and wants to move forward towards you, but you're very much putting your guard up because you know these people are not willing to work. Mind, body, and soul with spirit are in a very dark place, and they refuse to put to death a situation, and you have the Wheel of Fortune in your favor. So you're going to move forward with what you want because you know that people are in this mental entrapment, prison of the mind. And it's not going to go anywhere. Not going to go anywhere. The message is only going to hit who needs to hear it. That is it. That is all. And somebody is very enlightened about this situation. Very stuck. Okay? Because they see that cup of love, but they don't want to take it. They just want to play with these fucking 3 cups who are all dull and not shiny. When the ancestors are saying, here's an opportunity to really love. Have passion. Somebody is like, is this all there is to life? But right underneath that, if they just turn around and look at the fucking cup, there's a lot of passion there. But there's a bad news. How the fuck do I put this? There's a message of bad news, excuse me, that's coming in about somebody who is trying to love bomb, manipulate, or condescend you, trying to talk down on you or it's a jealousy kind of thing, okay? Remember, it's always projection because you are balanced. Remember that, masculine and feminine, very, very balanced. And you're getting this 2 of Cups with your Emperor. But the only way that this Emperor can really come in is for you to be receptive in your feminine energy, which means you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to receive. So which means you have to be willing to say, listen, I need help. What the fuck? Stupid. This is the strength. This is the able to persevere through all the darkness, understanding that you are definitely balanced, but there comes a time when you're saying, okay, now I want to get into a relationship. Now I feel like I'm ready. the strength to say, listen, I've done the work. I'm balanced, masculine and feminine. I know when to give and when to receive, and now I have to be receptive, which means I have to I have to open the door to say, listen, okay, I'm ready to receive. I have the strength to persevere my own inner demons, to be gentle and to love and to understand the consequences to my own actions, and to give others to give another space to heal and to love on self as well. I need somebody who is of my same frequency, and the only way I'm going to get that is to really put it out there, correct? Now, this is where people want you to feel this, they'll put this deception in you because they want you to stay in this trapped, blinded energy of it's okay to be alone. And it is. I've been alone for a very long time. It's perfectly okay. But sometimes we do need to say, listen, maybe I need a friend. You know, intimacy to me is communication, is understanding and being receptive to the energies. This is intimacy to me. I'm not the same as everybody else, and that's probably why a lot of people feel the walls very high with me, especially the people of the opposite sex, because of the fact that I'm not very open sexuality because of the traumas that I have been through, and I have had a hard time to receive because I've always been so used to being the giver. So I had to do a lot of work in order to be receptive. But this is where people want you to stay in this trap because they're going to try to put this same energy on you, like you don't deserve to be receptive, you don't deserve these things. You're fucking right, you do, and you don't have to be strong all the time. You know what I mean? So they're trying to deceive you because they don't know how to work. They don't know how to do the work that you're doing, so they want you to stay pressed, stay in this lower vibrational energy and not move away. Even though you're guided to move away, you're guided to do what you're doing, they're still gonna have something to say because, you know, they don't want you to move to calmer waters. They don't want you to move into this new chapter. And guess what, guys? It's inevitable, especially when it comes to this new moon, man. I'm fucking the energy. That's why I have to learn to be receptive. I deserve so much out of this world, and I'm gonna get it. I'm guided to move away, and I see the energy. It's a mental entrapment, guys. Remember that. We all have choices. We don't have to. We all have choices. Use your intuition. Be the Queen of Cups and love on self. And when we love on self, we don't feel bad for giving to others. We just know that we have so much overflowing that it would be nice to give to somebody who is of the same vibration. You share a life with, have children with, get married to. The heart of the deck is the fucking Emperor. An Empress needs an Emperor. But we can do it on our own. I have had a soul ascension on my own, so it is possible, guys. It is. We don't have to stay alone forever. We don't have to. The air sign. It's about communication, guys. It's about being open-mindedness and having that objectivity as well. You know, using your heart but taking your brain with you. And learning from the experiences. Knowing what you want. Earth. Being grounded. Having persistence in what you believe in and what you want and what you know and you truly deserve. It's about patience and practicality, guys. The Earth Angels. Somebody doesn't have patience and practicality, so they're projecting patience, guys. Everything comes in due time. The Taurus, okay? It's about trust, patience, and sensuality. Like I said, everything comes in due time. You know, love on self, appreciate self, and then you have value, so you will only accept valuable people into your life. And you take responsibility for the fact that you're alone because you are of high value. Fuck me. I don't know why that's so hard to understand, but I don't know. A lot of people aren't gonna hear what I gotta say until they're ready to hear it. The square. A challenging situation in a mountain to climb, guys. That is a very hard mountain to climb because of the fact that we weren't taught self-love. We were taught to give extensively until we're burnt the fuck out. Don't do that, because at the end of the day, then you're gonna feel regret for giving because you don't have enough to give to yourself. Don't do that. You only give when you're have the cup overflowing, when you've given yourself so much that you have enough to share. Then you don't feel resentful for giving. I don't feel resentful for helping, and not at all. And I understand why I'm alone, because it's a choice. I choose this lifestyle because it is what needs to be done in order to give the message, be the messenger. I understand, and I love it. I love what I do, or I wouldn't do it, because that's Venus, baby. Gives and receives loves, find value and sees the beauty, baby. It's the Empress. The Empress understands the bigger picture thinking. Okay, at the heart of the deck, mutable. It's time to surrender and go with fluidity and welcome in the change, guys. It's time to understand that everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves to be, part of and accepted. And Chiron, it's time to heal the hurt that you're feeling internally. Nobody can do that for you, guys. Nobody. It's the North Node, guys. You're destined to have. It's destined that we go into this matriarch system where we start to teach the love to the younger generation. So then this way there is no competition. There is no fighting. There is no bickering. Yes, the hormones are still going to be there. So there is still going to be that competition kind of mindset, but a healthy one, hopefully, in the gym and in, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But it's not going to be a fighting. It's not going to be a bickering or this competition of gossip and slander. And it's the North Node. Now, I'm a Taurus in North Node, and we're sitting in Taurus North Node. So it's time to be like the Aquarius. Be the visionary, be the star. Like I said, the diamond in the sky, the diamond is not actually shining, but what it does is reflects the light. It reflects the light of the sun. Think of it that way, okay? Be the powerhouse, be that trendsetter, but you need to trust yourself, to be patient, and to have that sensuality for self, to understand that you are destined to have great fucking things. And if people tell you that you do not deserve it, well, then they need to go. Because at the heart of the deck, the 9th house, it's about spiritual growth, guys. Never mind what everybody else is doing. Your path is not the same as everybody else's. And this is why Venus is here. It's time to give and receive love, guys. It's about the balancing of the scales, and you're going to have somebody to come in to really be receptive to your love, and you can be receptive to theirs because you're on the same frequency. And it's not about not having hard times. It's about balancing and learning through the experiences and finding somebody who has the same mentality to really learn the lessons with you, to teach you, to guide you, as well as you teach them and guide them as well. It's an equilibrium. Nobody needs nobody more than the other. It's a balance. You do need people in your life. Inevitably, we are human. Pluto. It's about transformation, guys. So transform this fucked up way of thinking, okay? Because at the end of the day, you need to start using your intuition as the high priestess, okay? Because too many people are in this very, very jaded mindset. Like, because the healer is the healer don't need love? What? This is fucked up. The healer needs love, if not the most, because of how receptive and generous and giving they are. But the Empress attracts, right? Love. Your relationship with yourself and others needs reassessing. Open up love to unblocking negativity. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. Understand we need the darkness to get to the light. So we have to go through the trials and tribulations to understand we're all, going through it. So there is no right to judge, especially if you want to have a sexual relationship with somebody. You need to have a sexual relationship with self, which means you have to be intimate within self, which means you have to go through the dark night of the soul and see exactly what you don't want. You have to go through it and see, like, let go of the codependencies, the family issues. You have to go through, letting go of so much you have to deal with in order to be ready to have an actual sexual relationship, knowing that your energy is gonna be like spewed onto them and their energy is gonna be spewed onto you. It is a big commitment for a healer. So yes, it takes a lot, but it is possible. You're gonna have to just use your intuition to see exactly what is right, who is wrong for you, who is ready for you, and so on and so forth, and hope, that the decisions we make are for the best. Use our intuition. Look at areas in your life that need decisive actions. Search your heart for the right answer and listen to messages that come from your intuition and follow it through. Okay? Ask yourself, possession. Somebody is very greedy, overindulging. Ask yourself, okay, what do you need to redefine your value? What is the cost of your loss? And what are some of the changes that are causing you to feel undervalued? This is what I mean. It doesn't matter. I don't even care if anybody ever likes or comments or anything. I don't care, because I know that inevitably at the end of the day, I am definitely helping somebody. And by doing that, I am helping myself. So it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. And this is why I kind of get mad at people who go on my page and kind of like, are rude, because I don't look for likes or comments when I post. I do it because I feel like it. It's just that simple, wisdom. Experience and failure lead to wisdom. Apply wisdom to the present situation and learn from the spirit world and its collective knowledge. People. Too many people are wearing masks and I don't wear one. So people need to be careful when they're trying to step to me, because I usually just rip their mask right off and then they end up hating on me because I make them, step to their words, right? I am 10 toes down, guys. I don't care. But you need to ask yourself, okay, where and when are you feeling discouraged or undervalued? What do you want to be part of the in crowd? And what ideal qualities would you like to adapt to, guys? You need to start being your authentic self, because at the end of the day, we all got our own gifts. We all got our own values, and this is why we stay authentic and we shine our light so bright, so then the right people will come in, the right people will leave. It's really important that we learn through our trials and tribulations the wisdom to use our intuition, okay? To see who's really possessive or possessing you because they trying to possess you because they are clearly wearing a mask, because so they want you to wear a mask. Use the wisdom, okay, guys, because it's time to go with the flow. Okay, you can't control life's events. You can only control how you deal with them. It's easier to go with the flow when life challenges you. Emotions can overflow unless you release them. At the bottom of the deck, we have Gaia. Remember, you're always protected. You're always watched. As long as you have a pure heart and you do the best every single day for yourself and others, remember, only giving what you can without, feeling less. And then you have no resentment, right? There is no resentment. You learn the lessons. You understand there's a lesson in everything. You see it. You understand that you're protected. You understand you're guided. This is why you're able to fill your cup for yourself and give to others to teach them how to fill themselves up. Respect the beauty of your body as you respect Mother Nature. Remain connected to nature. You are being protected. Remember, it's about free will, guys. We have free will. Relationships. We have free will, guys. This is why you have to be careful about who you're inviting into your world. Pick and choose your battles wisely and know your worth. And say yes when you think it's ready to say yes. Say no when you think it's not ready. But be receptive and go with the flow. It's time to really have somebody to be around you. Relationships. New partnerships are coming your way, so reassess present situations and leave behind those who do not support you. Be clear on what you are committing to. And remember, you are always, always, always protected by the ancestors, okay? Since most of this reading was a channel message, but I'm still going to get one, okay? Because this is the Rebel Oracle deck. And as a high priestess in, you know, my community, I guess I am a rebel. So let's get a Rebel Oracle deck and see what Spirit wants to say. What's collaborative dreaming, okay? Look. You know what's up. You get these downloads while you're sleeping or intuitively as you're connecting with people to help. You've been here before. You understand the multiverses. You understand frequency. And you understand a religion-based mindset and how this patriotic system needs to die. We're killing ourselves, killing the earth. It's time for collaborative dreaming. It's time to come together. All these beautiful diamonds in the sky, even the diamonds in the rough, it's time to wake up. It's ascension time, guys. Okay? Collaborative dreaming. We need to all have the same goals. We need to all have the same, you know, mindset that it's just about self-love. When we love on self, we value self, we have empathy towards self, we have empathy towards others. When our cup is full, we do have stuff to give others without feeling some kind of way and then projecting and hating on another person because we are less than because we gave to somebody else. Remember this. This is a fucking crazy cycle that I need to address. Collaborative dreaming. It's time to come together, okay? And listen for the truth. Look. Listen for the truth. Everybody is sitting in something, okay? But we need to listen. We need to pay attention. We need to ask the right questions. And we need to be honest. We need to be vulnerable. We need to be receptive. It is what it is, guys. We need to listen. Now, a lot of people rather talk and, talk just to respond. Or, listen just to respond, should I say. Without really reading between the lines of what people are really trying to say. And this is the fucking problem. You need to start paying attention, okay? Look, I don't make it up. It's time to receive. It's time to listen to the truth so you can have these collaborative dreamings, collaborative energies come towards you because you're shining your light bright and start receiving and being receptive towards the energies so that you can follow your own fucking path and not care about what everybody else is doing because at the end of the day, new birth guarded vigilante. Ha ha, don't make it up. You're birthing something new and you're going to guard it no matter what. So if people think that you're whatever, say whatever, it's their business. What people say about you is none of your fucking business at the end of the day. You're the guarded vigilante. So know what's yours, protect what's yours, and understand that we need to be receptive as well. So as much as I'm into masculine energy, very protective of who I am, the guarded vigilante, I'm still receptive. I'm still loving. I'm still the Empress, so I still take care of myself, my children. I smell good, I look good, and I love people. And I do believe in receiving the love. But at the same time, I have high value. So I know when to say no. That's the fucking thing, guys. It's time to start receiving and listening to the truth so you can have the option of yes or no. And start collaborative dreaming and collaborative energies coming forward, okay? Because you need to have that inner trust in order to really go forward, because a lot of the times you don't trust yourself. So we go towards people, we put this blinded faith in others before we even really have this inner trust. And then what happens is we end up, in these relationships that we can't even get ourselves out of because we were less than when we got ourselves in. Okay, so this is why we have to go into the new relationships understanding and healing from the past ones, not putting those past relationships on a pedestal because they didn't work for a reason. Really going forward, understanding that it's about a healing lesson. We all have to cope in different ways, but there's healing here, and this is why I'm going to take a healing message from the plant world, okay? There's a lot of healing here, but it's up to all of us to be receptive and understand that the healers are allowed to be vulnerable as well. Borage, okay? Borash. Borash encourages us to trust our inner knowing and supports our creative self-expression. This plant spirit helps us to overcome the fear of being seen. Borash supports us to find our authentic voice and the courage to stand up in our truth. I do not make it up. You are allowed to be vulnerable. You are allowed to express. We are human, having human experiences. Just don't be of. Look, make a wish, guys. Make a wish. This is make a wish. It's not supposed to be in here. Make a wish, guys. You deserve it. It's time to really have beautiful relationships, but we're going to have to use our intuition to start going with the flow. One closing message for my collective, please. Okay. We have number 26. Number 26 reduces down to an 8. It's about what you give, you get back, guys. I love it. Number 26. Number 26, the philosopher's soul. I don't fucking make it up. My ancestors are fucking wicked. Determination, instinct, and change. You are a free spirit, and when your wings are clipped, you feel frustrated and anxious. You are about to break free of a familiar pattern in your life, and more importantly, you will find out soon who you are meant to be and what your purpose is. You have felt for a while that change was coming, and with quite a hungry aggression, you will secure the goal that you seek. You are designed for great things, and there is a sense of determination about you. Nothing will stop you reaching your goals. As you embrace new opportunities, you must go in with your eyes wide open, as things may not be clear-cut as they first seem. Trust your instincts, and you will not be wronged. That said, the future looks rosy, so nip any negative thoughts in the butt and begin to plan for new opportunities. Okay? Remember, we have to let go of the old to bring in the new. So we have to be honest with ourselves. Go through that experience and say, you know, it's okay not to be okay. Make a wish, guys. Okay? Because the collective energy is making a wish. The copycats are being exposed. Okay, so anybody who's trying to troll you or put negative energies, you know, slander, all this kind of stuff, it's not working, okay? Because you're fucking protected. You're protected. As above, so below. So don't worry about it, okay? Make a wish. You deserve beautiful things. Remember, copycats always get exposed, guys. Energy never lies. Bye, guys. Have a beautiful day. If you want a more personal reading, I'll put all the information at the bottom, okay? So you can hit me up on Facebook. I do FaceTime and in person. So you're going to see my face. So don't get scammed, okay? Thank you guys for participating in all the commenting and everything. And love, light, respect, and a little go fuck yourself for my trolls and my haters. Because, you know, you got to have a little light with the dark.